good to see you guys again. Now, among the many things that are being hoarded right now, bread is definitely one of them. So instead of crying about it, we're gonna do the next best thing. Today we're gonna attempt to make supermarket bread. As always, all the ingredients will be on screen or in the description below. Begin by mixing in the flour, sugar and salt. Grab your whisk of choice and start mixing it together. If you don't have a whisk, a fork will do just fine. Mix your water, milk and yeast and set aside for about 5 to 10 minutes. When using commercial or instant yeast, blooming it is actually a completely unnecessary step, but the more you know, I guess. Place your bowl in your handy dandy stand mixer and gently caress it to turn it on. Pour in your liquids at a pace that's comfortable for you and let the machine work its magic. For this, we'll be using the spiral hook, and if you don't know which that is, then tough luck. After about a minute, the dough will come together nicely and you can speed up the machine. Keep this up for about 5 minutes until the dough is nice, elasticy and smooth. At this point, turn off the machine, take a breather, relax, and grab the butter. Spread about a third of the butter all over the dough and let the machine knead it until it is combined. Repeat this 2 more times until the dough is silky smooth. Speaking of smooth, here's a smooth transition into reminding you guys to hit that like button and to subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Remember to share the video because it really helps the channel, and without further ado, let's continue on with the video. Once your dough looks like this, it's time to get your hands a bit dirty. Lightly flour your work surface and pour out the dough. If you have a dough scraper, this would be a good time to use it. Now we want to shape the dough into a tight ball, and there are a number of ways we can do this. Grab the corner of the dough and stretch it over itself. Turn it slightly and repeat. And again, and again, and again, and again. The more times you do this, the tighter it becomes. The next method is basically just pulling the dough towards yourself, turning it 90 degrees and repeating the process until you get a nice taut round ball. Place it in a bowl, cover with cling wrap or a damp cloth and let it rise till it doubles its size. Depending on where you are in the world, this could take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, but as a rule of thumb, the longer it takes to rise, the more flavor it develops. If you're wondering about the science behind that, well, I'm not going to cover it in this video, but just know it's due to fermentation. Since you have plenty of time while your dough rises, grab yourself your baking tin as well as your lubrication of choice. Grease the tin at a rate of 1 minute every 60 seconds and set it aside. Over here, I'm using olive oil, but butter will work just fine. Once your dough has roughly doubled in size, punch out the air. Then pour it out onto a lightly floured work surface. Now what we're going to do is to stretch the dough into a rectangular shape. You can use a rolling pin, but over here I'm using my hands. While we are technically deflating the dough, you want to be careful not to remove all the air. Doing so will result in a product that's as dense as a brick, and we're trying to bake bread, not set the foundations of the recovering economy. Once you've gotten a rough rectangular shape, tightly roll the dough towards you till you have a sort of sausage roll without sausage. If you find your dough sticking a bit too much to your surface, don't be afraid to sprinkle a bit of flour and using your dough scraper, push it underneath. Once you're done with that, drop the dough into the tin you oiled earlier, cover with cling wrap and let it rest till it's doubled in size. When your dough has risen, preheat your oven to 175 degrees and put it in. One thing that people often forget to talk about is the addition of steam. Once again, this isn't the video for that, but just know that adding steam will give you a much better final product. You can do so by spraying your preheated oven with a spray bottle just like this one, or placing a tray of water in your oven as your bread bakes. Bake your bread for about 40 to 45 minutes. Once it's done, take it out from the oven and pop it onto a wire rack or something similar. And you're pretty much done. Remember to let it cool completely before slicing in. I know it's difficult, but resist the temptation. Now this will taste much better than the ones you buy at the supermarket, and I know many of you can't get bread right now thanks to all the hoarders, so give this recipe a try. If you enjoyed the video, remember to hit that like button and please consider subscribing. Also, if you know someone who doesn't have access to bread thanks to, well, all the hoarding, this video might be perfect for them, so, well, share it with them. But that's it for today's video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And let me know if there's a topic you'd like me to cover or if there's a dish you'd like to learn how to cook. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.